Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while. It's been about a year since my last upload. I wanted to make a quick video and go over the new car I just purchased. As you guys may see, this is a 2020 Subaru WRX STI limited model. I wanted to go over some of the things that you can just right off the bat tell that are different from the outside. Let's start with that. And then once I go over those details, I'll kind of give you guys an update as far as my 2020 highlights, if you will. It's been a difficult year for most of us, and I kind of wanted to just kind of tell you guys where I've been. But going back to the exterior, I love the paint. It's a wire pearl. Let me just kind of zoom in to see if you guys can see the pearly white. You can kind of see it there against the sun. Really beautiful paint. I really love this paint over the blue one. I know that the World Rally Blue color is the iconic color that we all know from the rally days. However, I really like the white one. Now, as far as the changes, right off the bat, let's start with the front. So those bezels or front things right here on the bumper are different than the 2019 and 2018 STIs. I think they were inspired for the S209, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I'm not mistaken. The lights did not change at all. The headlights. And then the wheels, those are now different, quote unquote different, because they're the same wheel but they're machined. So pretty much all those aluminum pieces, that kind of like the lighter ones, are the machined portions of the wheel. I think they're okay. I think I like the other wheels better. I think it would suit this color a little bit better because it's white, so it would have to me, white and black wheels go well with each other. However, you know, you have to kind of look at the wheel in different angles to really appreciate it. Now, if you go from this end, they don't really look that nice. And I noticed in other videos, you know, when they share the car with you, you can't really appreciate them that much within this angle. However, once you get closer and you can see them from, you know, from close by, you can really appreciate the wheels a little bit more. Now, as far as the mod that I did, obviously you guys can tell, right? The tinted windows. I believe I went 15 all around, so all windows and then the back window. Let me just kind of go over around. I did 15% all around. I like it. It's not as dark, so it suits the car a little bit better, right? Than to me, it just looks more classy when you actually get your tinted windows, and they're ceramic, so it keeps the heat away from my interior. Outside, you know, I guess I can just go in the details. So with the limited model, you get the blindside monitor. I don't know if you can see it. So they're heated. Let me just try to zoom in here. But you also, on the right corner right there, you can actually see that that's a really good monitor. It works wonderfully. So whenever you get a car that's close by, it kind of lights up. I like it. I really like the safety measure that it provides. Now, as far as engine, nothing's really changed from really 2018, I believe, and on. So it's been the same. I have not bought in this car, haven't done anything to it. I just got it. The only thing I've done is pretty much the 1000 oil change. I like to do that for every car I get. It's kind of like the braking period, if you will. I understand that some cars are earlier than others, but Subaru STIs tend to go by the 1000 miles, so I pretty much did not take it over 4,000 RPMs, and right after the 1,000 miles, I went to AQ Motorsports in Gardena. Highly recommend those folks. They're my go-to for Subaru mods or services. They're great, and they hooked me up with the Multiple oil change and filter, right, the OEM one. And so the car's wonderful. Now I can actually rev it a little bit more and go past the 4K. I'm taking it easy. I'm not going all out yet. I think I'm gonna, you know, baby it a little bit more, where I go like maybe 5K, 6K, but not redlining it right away. I think that's just my way of thinking. One other thing I forgot, going back to you know, the whole changes and how this applies to the 2020 Limited. As you guys can see from the top, that's an exterior thing, right? So we're going over the exterior changes. That didn't have, my 2019 STI did not have a moon roof or sunroof, if you will. So that is appreciated. I like to open it once in a while. You know, I do appreciate that having for my passengers as well. They like it. Now let's kind of go over the inside and kind of go over the things I've noticed that are different. So right off the bat, I got the Limited comes with the Recaro seats. I really like these seats. They're well bolstered. They're better than the base seats. When I go on turns, they hold me up better. They're more comfortable too. So they're overall just a better seat. So I really like the Recaros. These did not change. These were the same, red on the 2019 base model. Let me go inside. So the other thing I really love about this car, and I really recommend getting the Limited for this reason, is the sound system. I really love the Harman Kardon system. It's really clear and bassy, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't really distort the sound. Now the other one, as you guys may recall, was the 2019 STI that I had a aftermarket Pioneer head unit, and I had the full-on sound system. I even had a sub in the back, an Alpine 10-inch sub, and this sounds way better. So I think it, you know, just for those reasons alone, just like the Recaros and the Harman Kardon system, it is worth paying a little bit more for the Limited. And you get the creature comforts, like the safety things, right, that I talked to you guys about. Also, like, since I'm kind of like just zooming in here, the Limited has like an alarm when you put it on reverse, and let's say there's an object, you know, a car or even a bike or anything, a person walking is going to beep at you. You know, it really came in handy the other day, as I was getting out of my parkway in reverse. There was a bike that just out of nowhere, just popped out of nowhere, and I think if I would have had the other car, I would have, I don't want to say I want to run that person over, but it would have been a close call, right? But this one right away, it picked it up. So it's awesome. It picks it up even from like a wide angle. So I really like that feature where it beeps at you when there's an object, because sometimes, you know, like, you know, when you just look at the camera, it's not enough. You need that extra, I guess, safety measure. But overall, it's pretty much the same. You know, same interior. Nothing's changed there or here. Let me just turn on the car to see how many miles I got on this baby here. Just over 1,137. But yeah, this comes with Apple CarPlay. So I got my cable right here. So you just pretty much plug it in over here, and then you just plug it in your phone, and it does wonders. So you can get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I believe. But I have an iPhone, so that's what I use. Yeah, so it's awesome. It's a very comfortable car to me. I know that it may be rough, right, for some folks, but for me, it's just the right amount of comfort, you know, and right quality. So let me go outside, and I kind of want to just talk about some of the things that happened in my life as far as work goes and COVID and all that. So let's get out and talk about that just a sec. All right. So this year was an interesting year. So we all know that COVID struck the world, right? What did that mean to me? Fortunately, I did not lose my job. I know that many folks out there lost their jobs, and that was unfortunate. And by all means, I feel for those folks. And then also, you know, cases, right, with COVID-19 and deaths and all that. So it's been a really tough year for, I think, the world. So I feel for the world, and you know. I guess I'm really thankful that I'm able to afford this car and have my job. You know, I say in the most humble manner. I know that some folks are going through hard times, so this is not by all means a video for me to brag that I get a lot of cars. You know, I just thought the reason I got this car, I guess we can talk about what's happened. So this car was actually purchased in a very weird manner. I didn't go from the 2019 STI to this car. In fact, I don't have any videos, but I actually purchased a few vehicles before this car. So, you know, what I wanted to say is that I actually, while owning my my STI, I decided to, I'm talking about the 2019 one, the blue one. I decided to sell that car because I was like, I had a bunch of equity in the car. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I wasn't upside down. I had a good chunk of money, and I've always loved the rear wheel drive cars and lightweight cars like the Miata, right? So, you know, as many of us like to do as a habit, go into YouTube, you get a lot of notifications, and I was hooked. Essentially, I started watching the Miatas, and everyone said wonderful things about them, right? And so I decided to test drive it, and I fell in love with that car. And so I said, you know what, I'm kind of bored of the STI, the 2019 one. I didn't really have any mods, engine mods or suspension. It was like pretty much stock. And so I test drove the Miata. I loved it. I loved how it drove and how light it was. And I sold the car, the 2019 STI, and pretty much used that money to put down for a down payment, if you will, or you know, when you got in a dealer, right, and you make the deal. And I got a really nice Club ND2 Miata red with the Brembo and BBS wheels and all that. Now, I have another car, like a daily driver. I have a 2020 Corolla, so I had like a family car that I can use, and then if I needed to go to work back again and save a bunch of gas, I have that still. So to me, it made sense to make the trade, because I said, well, I can use my dedicated sports car, like the Miata in this case, and really have fun, right? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I like to do my 1,000 mile braking oil changes, right? So the car had issues. So essentially the car, the ND2 Miata, had a leak on I think it was like the AC compressor was leaking. So when the guy, in this case the guy at AQ Motorsports, which they focus on Subarus but they do everything really, he opened up the there's like a little I guess like it's like a protector plate in the bottom of the Miata, and it was like literally flooded with really gooey, green like fluid, like kind of like an oil. And he pointed out that the thing was leaking, and he pretty much said that it's a very common issue in ND2s or ND Miatas overall. And so I took it to Miata, and they were just giving me a hard time, right, dealing with it. And so I was just like turned off with that, the fact that I just purchased a brand new vehicle and had that issue. Now that's one issue, right? Before that, I actually took it into Miata, to Mazda, I'm sorry, for another issue. So the rocker panels and the side skirts were bottomed out and they were broken, so they had to replace the entire. I didn't see that when I purchased the car at night, unfortunately. So if I would have caught it, I would not purchase that specific vehicle. But I guess when they shipped the vehicle, let me just kind of like point it in reference. So let's just think that this was the Miata, right? So this was like essentially all screwed up. Like this inside of the side skirt was like, from the front, it was like broken. So the inside moldings were all broken, and they fixed it. But then I had the appearance package, and when I first got the car, they didn't do it right, so they had to order new appearance packages on the side skirts, and that was a hassle. So pretty much all of that motivated me to just be like, you know what, like I'm just gonna trade it in for something I know very well, and you know, I can use a little bit more with the family and all, and just go back to Subaru. So I actually traded the ND2 Miata for this car. So this is how I got to this car. I really missed the old school feeling that this brings, right, with the hydraulic steering rack and the linkage transmission. Really missed that. And I'm not saying anything about the Miata, like as far as I know, I'm sure that I just got something that was just like defective. So I was like that slight percentage of folks that get a defective Miata. I really liked that Miata, like I really miss it too, but you know, I just felt like you know, I don't know, it's like a safety thing for me. Going back to Subaru. I'm really happy with this car. You know, it's been a tough year, I think, crazy year, lots of changes. I'm thankful that I'm able to afford this and you know, be happy. I may buy an ND again sometime, I don't know when, but I really fell in love with the way it drove overall. But that specific car, I think it was just like, it wasn't the right car. I didn't want to deal with the whole warranty, like, you know, getting the new compressor installed, and it just turned me off. Like that car just turned me off, that car specifically. However, I know they're a blast to drive. You know, nothing happened to the transmission. I know that supposedly the NDs had transmission issues in the past, like when they first released those, but mine didn't have any issues. The engine was perfect. As far as comfort, it wasn't the most comfortable car. It was really hard for me to get in and get out. And I'm not the tallest dude. I'm only 5'8", so that's something to consider. The car seats are, I don't know, they became more comfortable as I kind of sat, and they kind of like broke in. But at first they were like really uncomfortable. Yeah, they were supportive, but they were kind of uncomfortable. But once I kind of got to break them in a little bit, they got better. So I think once you keep using them, you're gonna be okay. But yeah, going back to this car and kind of like where I'm at, I'm happy with my choice. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. All right, take care.